Hi everyone, my name is John. Welcome back to my channel. Over the past few days, you may have seen your YouTube video feed blow up with a certain kind of video, namely the Historathon 2025 announcement video. And this is going to be another one of those. So, heads up, straight from the beginning, you won't learn much of anything new by watching the 5th iteration of this video. I'm doing this because I want to, all of us as hosts and co-hosts want to cast the net as wide as we possibly can, let everyone know about Historathon, what it is. So in case this video just reaches just a small number of people that haven't already seen it because of other people you're subscribed to, I want to make this video and let you know all about it. But if you know about it, if you're already in the Discord or in Voxer, a lot of this information will already be old news to you. So at the end of 2022, Revenant Reads, who has a channel here on YouTube called Revenant Reads, tapped me on the shoulder on Instagram and had noticed I read a fair amount of history. And he mentioned that he wanted to start up a YouTube booktube reading event where we dedicate the entire year to history. And the first year was going to be in 2023. And that went well. So we did it again this year in 2024. And that went really well. So we're going to do it a third year in 2025. The event is called Historathon. And basically, it lasts from the first day of the year to the last. We break the year up into 4 quarters. The first quarter being January through March, where we read everything from prehistory, which I guess you can construe from pre-human history or Planck time, if you really, really want to stretch the notion of prehistory, all the way up through the year 500 AD. April through June is 500 AD through 1500 AD. July through September is 1500 through 1820. So that coincides with other events like Jane Austen July, if you want to read something from, say, Georgian England or something. And October through December is 1820 through present day. We have a Discord. There is always depending on when in the year you're in the Discord, there's everything from a really busy conversation to a sort of a low, slow hum of chats, book recommendations, batting around ideas about historical topics and ideas and authors, book titles, anything history, nonfiction history related is up for discussion. There's also another interesting part of the Discord called side quests. So if you're interested in maybe something that's not specifically straight on nonfiction history, if you don't want to read a book necessarily, but would like to watch a documentary, or a movie based off of an historical event, or play a game based off of some sort of, whatever. As long as you can sort of pigeonhole it into the idea of history, we're really open to having anyone and everyone come to the Discord and talk about what you're doing. Like I said earlier, the whole idea is to cast a really wide net, because we want this to be accessible to everyone. History always gets this really bad reputation for being boring and dull, and it's not. There's really a lot out there that is fascinating stuff, as Debs said in her video. Debs Rayner said in her video, there's a lot of really fascinating historical storytelling going on in history. And not to get too deep before January the 1st even gets here, but learning about the world and learning about history is great, and that's one of the reasons why I read about it. But it also has a weird way of teaching you about yourself, too. Teaching you about your own motivations, about your own psychology, and especially how that psychology seems to be pretty constant over time. It's interesting how little different kinds of motivation change over time. But that's what we're doing with Historathon. We're reading history all year long, and all kinds of history: social history, cultural history, history of ideas, you name it, as long as it's nonfiction. And again, if you know, you can use the side quest thing for historical fiction if you want to read that. In fact, I plan to read some later in 2025, or maybe earlier in 2025 as well, some medieval historical fiction, and I'll be talking about it on there. So everything is nice. If you're new to the Discord, everything is nicely laid out by quarters. There's a side quest tab. It's very easy to navigate and to use. Even I can do it. So if you're interested, please head on over there. I will leave Vin's contact information, all the links to the co-host, the link to the Historathon Discord. All that stuff will be down below. Keep your eyes open for, if you're interested, I'm going to be posting my provisional list of things that I plan to read for the first 3 months, the first quarter of Historathon. We usually call that a pile of possibilities. I'll talk about that a little bit more on January the 1st when I post it. And one last thing before I wrap up. I'm now on Blue Sky. I may have mentioned that in another video before, but I don't remember. I am trying to make Historathon not just a thing on YouTube, but also a thing on Blue Sky too, since there are a lot of immigrants from the other social media site who are a little discontent about how things are going over there and are deciding to set up another account on Blue Sky. And it's the book community over there is sort of in its first stages. But I think if we start using hashtags, we can get something going over there. It would be nice to sort of cross-pollinate communities and see what we can get started. So if you also are on Blue Sky, I will leave my contact information there below, and hopefully we can get something going over there as well. But I will leave that, I'll leave this here for now, and I hope to see everyone over there who's just even remotely interested in history, who may have been turned off from it in school but was always curious about it. Go check out everyone else's video if you have any more questions. Come over to the Discord. Just check it out. If you read one thing during the entire year of 2025, you've participated. We would love to have you read more, but if you don't, that's fine. Reading one thing counts. And it's weird how history has an interesting way of just growing on you. Once you find one thing that excites you, that you found out that isn't boring, doesn't have to be boring, it opens up a whole new world. It really does. It really does. And I don't just say that as someone who loves history, but as someone who inevitably gets interested in more and more things every year, because I used to think they were boring or just didn't quite do it for me. And every year it seems like I find something else that takes up more of my time, which I love. I'm not complaining about it. But history has, over the past few years, definitely been one of those things. And just in case this reaches even a few people who may not have already seen it, I want to put this out there. Let everyone know what's going on, and let this be a standing invite to you to come over, say hello, Let us know what you're interested in. There are people there who have specialties, who are broadly read in everything, who, if you're interested in something, there will be people there more than willing to give you boatloads of recommendations about books, authors, movies to see, etc. So it's just a treasure trove of people who love history and want to share what they know. It's been an absolute pleasure being a co-host over the past 2 years, and I'm so happy to be coming back in 2025 for year number 3. And I hope to see everyone there. I'll see you later.